Hey guys, this is Rana and this is Reflect with Rana. Hope you guys are doing great today. I'm just stopping in to share some devotionals and some quick inspirational messages with you that inspired me from the past couple of days, and I just wanted to share with you to inspire you guys as well. So if you are new to my channel, please subscribe and set your notifications so you are aware of when I upload my videos. If you're on Instagram, thank you for following. Let's get right into it. We're going to be starting off with our first devotion, which is gentle restoration. And the scripture is coming from Psalms 6 verses 1. And in life it's hard for us to watch someone, especially someone that's close to us, someone that we love, just spiral into a cycle of poor choices. We want to step in and just help. We want to, just be there for them. And the very definition of the word restore is to repair. So to properly repair something, you must take care of it. So sometimes, when we're in those situations where we have a loved one or someone very close to us is just spiraling out of control, we should be helping to restore that individuals by taking care of them and providing the supports they need to help them stop making those choices. So this is what the scripture says. It says, if someone is caught in a sin, you who live by the Spirit should restore that person gently. But watch yourselves, or you may also be tempted. So that is really important here, because you want to help and you want to support those individuals, but you have to also be aware and be mindful that you also are not pulled into that sinful world, or that choices that that person is making. So pray for protection for yourself so that you will not fall into the same trap as that individual that you might be supporting at the time. We move on under his wing, and that scripture is coming from Psalms 91 verses 4. And at some point each of us feels hurt, right? We feel pain that goes beyond what we think we could bear. But we have to be reminded that there is someone who is always with us, and that is Jesus. He's ready to give us comfort. He doesn't want us to live in pain. He wants to give us refuge. So give your pain to God, cry out to Him. He wants to give you peace. So that is a quick reminder. And the scripture says, His massive arms are wrapped around you, protecting you. You can run under His covering of majesty and hide. His arms of faithfulness are a shield keeping you from harm. Moving on, me first. And the scripture is 1 Corinthians 10:24. And here we're talking about sometimes if someone might show you a group picture that you were part of, maybe like, a picture that was taken a while back. The first thing you want to do, you want to look at yourself, right? You want to check out to see if your hair were in place, was your lipstick on point, and we are a self-centered community. This world is all about self. So, however, our first thought, we know our first thought is to think about how we look. If we could try to change that narrative and try to look at everyone else and just look at the beauty of the others in the picture before we jump and put ourselves first. The Lord has asked us to think of others before ourselves, and think about ways where you could seek to serve others before yourself today. Scripture, do not seek your own advantage, but that of the other. And we move on to fear or fright. Scripture is coming from Psalm 16 verses 11. And sometimes we think of God as being full of fire and brimstone, doom and gloom. And there is a big significance, though, between a healthy fear and being afraid. Though we commonly associate the words fear and fright with one another, they really don't mean the same thing. Having a fear of the Lord means we respect Him. It means that we're in awe of Him. He is in fact a God of great joy, and we seek to be fully in His presence. When we do, we can find joy. So You don't want to be afraid of God or be in fear of Him, but instead be in awe of Him, right? He is a source of delight, great delight, and we want to rejoice in that knowledge today. So when I say fear God, it's not to be afraid of Him, but to be in awe and respect Him. All right, so let's move on to our inspirational messages, and we will start with you can forgive without accepting. And this here is just really important because a lot of times people think when you forgive someone is because you accepting that behavior. And let's not get this confused. Because you forgive, forgiveness is for you, the individual, so that you will not be held hostage to that negativity. Forgiveness, however, is not acceptance. So it's a reason for you to release that so you could move on. In no way it means that you have to or that you are accepting that behavior of that individual. Moving on to you belong. So you belong here. You may not always feel that way. And a lot of times in this community that we live in today, there's a lot of times we may not feel like we belong in this community that we reside in. But I'm here to remind you that we all belong right here. This is where your journey leads you, and you certainly belong here. So ground yourself in that knowledge and take up more space than you think you deserve, because we're not going anywhere, because we belong here. Move on to breakdowns and beauty. There'll be times when the only way we know is to go up, and there is times it's going to be the opposite. And both moments will come. Let's be reminded of that. It is going to come. Trust that you'll be better for each of them. And you are rare. Show the world who you are. Be unconventional. Stand up for your individuality. Shine so brightly that you're drawn out of the darkness, and by doing so you give others the permission to do the same, and you give the world the brilliant light it so desperately needs. So be rare, be who you are, and stand out. So guys, thank you for taking some time to listen to my messages today. Hope you guys are inspired. I do appreciate the love. Be blessed and take care. Bye bye.